everyone, I'm here with my
Hi.
friend Ingrid, and today we're going to be talking about a personality test that you told me to take.
Yeah.
Want to tell me about it?
Well, this is a personality test that I took on tour when I was on tour with Luke and Alex Goo and everybody, and Alex's friend David told me about this test that he had taken, and so we had just taken the Myers-Briggs test. Like, I had everybody take that one.
It's a good
so
one.
we took this one by Helen Fisher, and I thought it was really cool because I had never taken a personality test like it before. Like, there were a lot of different
Yeah, like during
elements.
the test, there was like picture things where
Yeah.
it would be like match the sizes of different
Yeah.
shapes, and it had this one thing where there was pictures of people that were smiling, and
Yeah.
it's like, would you buy a car from these people? Which one's phony? Which one's real?
Yeah.
It was a very strange test,
Yeah.
but it came out with extremely accurate results.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this new test because I'm actually going to end up doing a lot of research on it because it was so accurate and it's so interesting, and it just has a whole new take on like this personality test that I didn't know anything
Yeah.
about. So
thanks, David.
thanks, David. I don't even know who you are. But yeah, so I took it, and the result that I got was a director/negotiator, and she got
Director/builder.
yeah. And some people apparently, like Alex Goo, only gets one, and he got director. And so I guess you could just get explorer, because that's another one. And I forget the other ones. I haven't done a lot of research yet on this. I just researched the ones that we did. So just before I explain our types and what we got, I want to explain how Helen Fisher got to these conclusions. She basically took chemicals that we have in our brains and analyzed how they affect our personality types. So things like testosterone, estrogen, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, etc. And she analyzed how those affected personality types, and so that's where you get, for example, the director, which is what Ingrid and I got as our dominant feature or type. Child outside. That one, the director is based from testosterone. So independence and rational thinking is what comes from that. Attentive, focused, logical, direct, and daring.
It says best match is the negotiator.
Which is funny because I'm a director negotiator, and this is the worst match. It's a love thing too. Like, she does a lot of love studying with these types. The worst match is the builder. And she's a director builder, and I just think that she's like matched with her worst self or something. Like, I just think that's so funny.
If I were to be in love with myself, it wouldn't be good,
It wouldn't work out. It wouldn't work out very well.
Traits.
Very competitive.
Pragmatic, decisive, love rational analysis, logical reasoning, prone not to fall into traps.
And I think that's like so true. I don't know about Ingrid, but I know that it's really, I don't get tricked or fall into traps very easily. Like, if I feel like, I don't know, I take that as people who don't really get baited for things.
Yeah, I feel like I look into things a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm like always skeptical of everything. I remember like one time a couple years ago when Fleur and Allison and I were in New York, a girl came up to us and was like, "Do you want tickets to
the gun show?"
No,
I'm just kidding.
I think it was like the David the Tonight Show.
Oh,
I think it was.
okay.
Was it? I think it was the David Letterman show. That's what it was. And she had asked if we wanted tickets, like free tickets, and I was like, "What's the catch?"
Yeah.
But nobody else was
Like, what's the catch?
Yeah.
They're just like, okay.
I was just like, no, like, you don't just get that for free. Like,
Yeah.
what's the catch?
Like, if it's too good to be true, it usually is.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I always, like, have that mentality. And it's so funny because a lot of my friends don't. They'll be like, "Oh, I had this great opportunity. Oh, this person offered us this." And I'm like, no, that's something's
But
wrong
it turned
there.
out there really wasn't a catch.
There wasn't?
So
That's awesome.
Way to go,
but
Ingrid.
if there was a catch, you would have caught it. You would have caught it. I'm always skeptical. I'm skeptical too. It says directors are good at math and biology, which I would say is pretty true. I was a biology major, and you were an architect major.
Yeah.
So math and biology, there you go.
Doesn't mean I really enjoyed math.
But you were probably good at it.
Yeah.
It was like not difficult for you. Can be viewed as cold. Sometimes I get that, but it just depends. I'm not
Yeah.
always cold, but I can be.
Yeah, I think in situations with
Where you don't know people.
with new people,
Yeah.
or like even a big group of people that I know, I will always be the one to fall back in the group, and I just kind of like observe everybody, especially when it's a new group of people, because I want to see like, okay, who can I be sarcastic with? Who do I have to be a little bit more sensitive with before I
You just need to know everyone's deal.
Yeah.
Like when
I have to test the water a little bit before jumping in.
Exactly. Let's see. Okay, so that's pretty much some traits of directors. Now, my second thing was negotiator, and negotiator comes from the estrogen chemical, which provides good social skills, nurturing, and it's often the more like dominant chemical found in women, just like testosterone is normally in men, but men and women have both of them. But so I wonder if you take estrogen that you become more nurturing and more good at social skills. Probably not. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just a guess. Okay, so some of the personality traits of the negotiator is good social skills. Their main characteristic is how they deal with other people, their ability to be mind readers. So they're really good at reading body language. And that's something that I super relate with, because people always ask me, they're like, are you a mind reader? Because I'll be in a setting, I will be observing like we were talking before, and then like, I don't know, I just pick up on everything. Like nothing gets by me.
There have been some times where I'll just be like sitting and you'll like ask me something and I'm like, wait, like why why did she ask that?
Yeah.
And it's because of like my body language or like.
Yeah, I pay attention to body language a lot. Sometimes to the obsessive point where I'm so used to reading things with people's body language that I think everything means something, but usually a lot of times it just does. But sometimes I'm like, no, you did this, and I know that means something. And the person's just like, calm down, I just sneezed, like, it doesn't mean anything. And, but I'm a little obsessive over that.
But I've been like impressed when I'm just like thinking, like staring off into space or something, like thinking, and you'll just like ask me and I'm like, what? How did she know?
Yeah, I've definitely been called a psychic or a mind reader a lot in my life. Maybe I'm psychic. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not psychic. Okay, tendency to analyze strengths and weaknesses of their match. Now, this is something I'm super guilty of. So anytime I'm dating someone or I really like someone, I constantly analyze them. Oh, hi, Nugget.
Nugget is like scratching on this post.
So I'll sit there and I'll think about like what they're good at, what they're bad at, what they need to work on. I mean, I do this for myself too. I'm not just doing this. I constantly think about my personal strengths and weaknesses and how I can better myself, but I definitely do it for the guy that I'm interested in too.
I know. I feel like I was like that with like the horoscopes when I was a kid.
Oh my gosh, you'd look up
with,
your matches.
A little girl, and you would just like look them up in the back of the magazine and be like, oh.
What is your sign?
Aquarius.
Aquarius. I don't even know what are Aquariuses normally like?
Kind of like independent, free thinkers.
Yeah, I can see that.
I guess supposedly kind of like a little bit weird, like non-traditional, weird. Just
quirky.
Yeah, just kind of like, you know,
free spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Taurus, and we're known for being stubborn. That's like the trait that I know. I don't really know a lot about astrology at all. I don't even know if I believe in it. I just think it was fun to look at. I still do it every once in a while.
That was like my favorite part of getting magazines when I was little.
The next thing is a builder, and that's what Ingrid's second one is. You can talk about that. It comes from serotonin.
So, I'm going to go off of Kat's notes here because we looked all of this stuff up, and it says the builder, cautious but not fearful, calm, traditional, community-oriented, persistent, and loyal. So I would say that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, Ingrid is definitely... So Ingrid and I have a lot in common, and I always find it interesting our differences. So the fact that we're both director, I feel like a lot of what we have in common comes from our director side, and then a lot of our differences is where I'm a negotiator and she's a builder. So Ingrid always has this calm, mellow thing going on, like no matter what setting we're in. And I'm always way more talkative. And not that she doesn't talk, but when we are in those group settings, I am way more... I just talk to more people that are around us, and you know, working with those social skills that I have. And not that Ingrid doesn't have social skills, but she's just way more calm and, but not afraid, like it says. And she's very cautious. I picked that up, you know, about her as well.
Cautious.
You're very skeptical. I'm skeptical, but like you're cautious about a lot of things, whereas I would definitely every once in a while make a decision just like impulsively, whereas I feel like you just rarely ever make impulsive decisions.
It's like super rare if I just like impulsively decide something.
I do it sometimes, but you're way more cautious.
Like even if it's just like I want to go and get donuts right now, I'll sit and think about it for at least 10 minutes. Like, so that's as close to like impulsive.
If we're talking donuts, I'm out the door. No, I'm just kidding. Donuts are so
and I love donuts, but I'll sit and think about it for like 10 minutes.
That's about it for our types that we got. I'm gonna link down below where you guys can take the test if you want to take it, so be sure to take it and then let me know in the description or in the comments, what you guys get, because I actually have no idea what your types are. I know what your Myers-Briggs are because I've asked you guys a lot, and I know what the trends are there, but I'm very interested to see what common types are. My stomach's growling. In these. And I'm actually going to order this lady's book. I can't recommend it in a sense of I read it and I know it's good, but I will put her book down below as well. It's called Why We Love, The Nature of Chemistry in Romantic Love. Apparently Helen Fisher has been hired in the past with Match.com to create the website Chemistry.com, where it talks about love, biology, matches, and like chemical reasons why we're better with certain types. And I don't know, I just think it's so interesting, so I'm definitely going to be reading that book. She's also a TED Talk speaker, so I'm actually going to, I think I've watched her stuff before. I'll probably link it down below too, just to give you guys credit or credentials of what I'm talking about.
Oh, and when you take the test, you have to like fill out this little thing that with the like, it asks for like your first name, your email address and stuff, but they don't like do anything with it, and you can even put in like just like an email address you don't use.
I used a fake email.
And so just because you have to fill that out to get to the test part, but it's not like
it's nothing. You're not signing up for anything.
Yeah, no.
It's just wanting like registration, I guess. But yeah, so you have to do that, and then it's just a really weird test, but it's so interesting, and I highly recommend it.
So let us know what you guys are in the comments down below.
I'm very excited to read that. It'll be so funny if it's like all certain types and like all other types. I don't know.
I want to see people that are just like one thing, since we both got like
double or two. Anyways, well, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out Ingrid's channel. I will link that down below, and
thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for hanging out. I love talking about personality types, and I love talking about it with Ingrid because she likes it just as much as I do. So we kind of geek out on it. Anyways, like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see videos every Tuesday, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.